Son. I'm very delighted to be with you here this morning. Today is the Workers' Day in church. Provost has already laid the ground. And what I'm going to say today has got grounding in the Bible. The two issues I'm going to address, one is injustice, and the other one is corruption. And injustice, the book of Proverbs 22 to 23 reads, "Do not exploit the poor because they are poor, and do not crush the needy in court. For the Lord will take up their case and will exact life for life." That's the Bible, not Raila Odinga. Other one is the book of Jeremiah 17:11, and it says, "The person who gets money dishonestly is like a bird that hatches eggs it did not lay. In the prime of life, he will lose his riches, and in the end, he is nothing but a fool." That is what the Bible says. Then our national anthem, which encapsulates our vision, what we call the Kenyan dream, says, "Lord of all creations, bless this land of ours. Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in liberty, peace and unity. Plenty be found within our borders." First, it says, a God-fearing nation. Secondly, justice be our shield and defender. In other words, this is a democratic society where everyone's rights is respected. That is what it says. And it talks about injustice. Then it says we live in unity, peace and liberty. In other words, we should be united. There should be no ethnic discrimination. There should be no gender discrimination. There should be no religious discrimination. And finally, plenty be found within our borders. That's where the workers come. Plenty is not going to be coming within our borders like manna from heaven. Plenty must come through the sweat and toil of our people. In other words, people must be given opportunity to work to create the wealth. That's when plenty is found. That is why we must respect those who are working to create wealth in our country. The right of the workers to work, create wealth. Kwa sababu wanasema ati nyundo gonga njaa. Nyundo gonga njaa. In other words, nyundo is creating wealth, and that wealth actually helps to create food so that people are not hungry. Because a hungry person is an angry person. This is important, that we must respect the workers' rights. We must not crush the workers in courts. That's the reason why going to court to deny the teachers their rights is very wrong for a government. The teachers are workers of our country, and when workers are unhappy, they don't work properly. And it is unfair to deny the teachers their rights and the rest of other workers. And I know Atul is going to be talking about this in a few days' time. So I don't want to preempt what he's going to say. But I want to know that the trade union movement has been at the vanguard of fighting for the rights of the people of this country from the days of colonialism. Thomas Joseph Boya, Atul mentioned, the leader of then Kenya Federation of Labor, led the labor movement in joining up with the political movement in order to campaign for the independence of this country. And therefore, the workers must be respected, and we stand for the right of the workers. Injustice is not right. The other thing I want to talk about is reconciliation. This country requires reconciliation. This country cries for justice. People must reconcile. 7 years ago, this country was in fire. Many lives were lost. Many people were killed. Right in this city, in Madari, it was like a killing field. Kibra, people were killed. In Naivasha, in Nakuru, in Eldoret, in Kakamega, Kisumu, Kericho, in Mombasa, all over the country, people were killed. These people did not commit suicide. So we need to reconcile the country. And reconciliation does not mean paying people money. You don't want to tell the people that we have already paid so many thousand people, we have resettled so many people in their homes. No. That is missing the point. A life of a human being cannot be paid with cash money. We need proper reconciliation. There was a young man in Kisumu, Jojo Nyango. He was seen on live TV, captured, being chased by a policeman and shot, pang, pang, pang. That young man has got a father, a mother, a brother and a sister and relatives. Who killed him? Who was that police officer who shot that young man? Where is he? You must bring him together with the parents of that young man to reconcile. The same thing with the people. We took 40 coffins at Ligindogo to go and pray for them. As we were praying for the souls, the police came with the tear gas and threw it at the crowd, and many people were injured. We were taking the dead people home to be buried. That Orinda Ndege, 11 members of his family were burnt in a home in Naivasha. But there were also 8 other people, nearly 20 people were burnt in that house alone in Naivasha. You're not going to pay those people with money. So we need what happened in South Africa. This is what I've been talking about. When Mandela took over power, he created Truth and Reconciliation Commission headed by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. And that, I'm just about to finish, and that commission brought people together, the aggressors and the victims. And then people were confessing, yes, I killed your son. I'm sorry. I ask for forgiveness. And you shake hands. I have forgiven you. And it is recorded. That's the ruling. For that's what is called reconciliation. In Rwanda, they started what is called Gacaca courts. Again, the communities, people were brought together. We killed each other, but we are forgiving each other. This is what is called reconciliation. This is how you resettle these grievances. This is not a matter of we have paid 10 billion shillings for the victims and you have resettled so many thousand. No, that misses the point. And this government, would you please, must face it. This crisis has not ended with the collapse of the courts at the ICC. It is just beginning, and we must face it because this country needs truth and justice. And we must also begin by dealing with the issue of IEBC. We don't want a repeat of what EC did right now. So IEBC must go home, must have a referee in which we all have confidence. Thank you so much.
You know, Honorable Raila Odinga, he just respected me. Otherwise, he's a person